Welcome to the third in the Inspiration series of videos, where we look at how T&T Planning is helping people with a wide range of financial challenges to better understand their money and their financial future. In this video, let's have a look at how Julie and Chris have been using their T&T plan. So if we go from the home page to the start section and see the information that they've already input, we can see that they're age 40 and 42. They earn some comfortable salaries, and they have a good mixture of assets totaling £382,000. If they continue working according to the plan assumptions, that is phase A until around 60 and phase B until 70, then they should be financially very comfortable. The couple know, however, that the assumptions made for them so far by the plan don't reflect their own objectives. Their financial challenge is to see how they can plan to stop working at 55 and move to a house by the sea where they can enjoy a more relaxed lifestyle. So they start by looking at their choices and first their plan structure. So they would like to change their phase A to 15 and actually not have a phase B at all, go straight to a phase C, which is the balance of their plan length of 60 years, which is 45. Now they go to look at their planned lifestyle spending. And they see that their plan is still positive here, but that has come at the expense of a reduction in their annual spending during phase C from a previous level they'd noted of 75,000 to less than 40,000. So they decide they'd like to take control of their lifestyle spending rather than relying on the plan assumptions, and they decide to work with the detailed spending option 2. First thing they do is go to their current lifestyle. This is what they have completed here, totaling 70,000. Now they go back to their planned lifestyle and select option 2, which enables them to work with this detailed table, and they can see their current spending here. They don't see any major changes in their lifestyle over the next 15 years while they are still working, so they simply copy that spending into the rest of phase A. They've set phase B to 0, and they make a few adjustments to their later years spending, especially down here with a £5,000 allowance in other spending to make sure they can make the most of their free time. An important part of what they'd like to achieve is a dream house by the sea, so they now go to look at their property plan. They've entered the details of their current mortgage. They review the mortgage assumptions, leave them unchanged, and then set their property plan to 15 years in their current property and 45 in their dream house by the sea. One of the challenges will be that without any earned income, they will not be able to secure a mortgage. So any new property will have to be financed by the equity in their current home and their own savings. They can play with the property plan and see what they might be able to afford. Looking at the areas they would like to move to, they think the current price of what they would love to buy is around £800,000, and so they enter this figure into their plan. They know that T&T will include any assumptions they make about real increases in house prices over the next 15 years before they actually plan to buy. They also think that the plan has been too prudent with their likely earnings growth, so they go to their earnings in choice 2, and they change their target for earnings to 80,000 and £90,000 respectively. They then go to look at their graph 2, and they're reminded that paying between £34,000 and £51,000 in tax at the moment. They know that up to certain limits, any pension contributions they make will help to reduce their tax, so they decide to see the impact of increasing their pension contributions in choice 3. They decide to set the contributions at 15%, They don't have a phase B, so there's no impact there. So having changed their employee contributions, they just go across to the basics section and have a look at the matched employer contributions, where they see that the maximum is set to 12%, so that's how those figures have been set for their employer contributions. If they now return to their graphs, they can see the effect of the tax savings there. If they look at these figures here, they can now see that that figure is limited between 30 and about 45,000, so roughly a 5,000 annual tax saving by changing their pension contributions. As they flick down to graph 3, Chris notices that they have now nearly £2 million invested at the peak of their phase A, and suggests that this might make their plan fairly sensitive to changes in investment performance. So just to test that, they go down and they change their nominal return from 5% to 6%, as they've done here. And when they return to their graphs and look at graph 4, they now see a very healthy situation with funds at the end of the plan in excess of £500,000. So Julie suggests, with this improved picture, maybe they could go back and look at their property plan again to see whether they could be more ambitious with their dream home. They look at the funds they have available to fund the purchase, which excludes their pension investments, and see that they could increase their target to possibly £1 million. They then look to their property results and see that they would need to release £314,000 from their savings in order to purchase their £1 million house in 15 years' time. They see that this spending has been included for them in graph 2, but that in graph 4 their plan is still positive and the purchase of the house is viable. Chris and Julie are now comfortable with this initial version of their plan. They have some ambitious targets for their salary growth over the remaining 15 years of their career. They've also set a target for the purchase of their dream £1 million house and can look forward to a less stressful lifestyle in their late 50s, with some extra money budgeted to make the most of their free time. With a consistently high level of savings, they've seen the impact of just a small adjustment to their investment performance and the tax they can save by diverting some of those savings into pension contributions. By regularly updating their plan, they will slowly bring the plans for their career and dream house into focus. Thank you for watching. Hopefully it's been useful and has inspired you to think about your financial challenges and to create your very own TNT plan.